Alright YouTube, back in another video, and today's plan is to do the front drop, which are doing spindles, springs, new upper control arms, and I think new shocks too. And I think that's it. But first things first, we're gonna get these wheels pulled off and get right to work. Alright, I got the wheel off. Next thing I'm gonna do is take this bolt off, this bolt. This is 11 mil. This is a 10 mil. And take these two 18s off that are for the whole caliper bracket, and we'll take this off, set it to the side. All right, got the rotor off and the caliper. Next thing I'm gonna do is take these 3 bolts off for the hub, because I do need to put this hub on the other wheel, the other spindle. Take the tie rod bolt off, unbolt this for the upper control arm, and unbolt the bottom one and break them all loose. Got the hub off, got the tie rod, and then breaking the end links, so I'm gonna have to get new end links. Next thing I'm gonna do is take the upper A-arm bolt out and the lower A-arm bolt, get the knuckle out of the way, or the spindle, I mean. And then the next thing we'll do is, we'll take the upper A-arms out after. Okay, so while I was going to, well, this shock has been broke, but when I was taking the spindle out, fucking the bolt came off and the whole spring just shot out. So this was never torqued where it was supposed to be, because this is really supposed to have a level. But I'm gonna go ahead and take the shock out and take these 2 bolts out. I'm gonna run to the parts store and see how much a new lower control arm is, and obviously I need to get new sway bar end links. So I got this adjustment bolt out of this side of the upper control arm. I only got the nut on here a little bit, so if I fuck these threads up hitting this, I can just take the nut off and kind of clean the threads up a little bit. But the other side, I got everything off except for the bump stop, and I'm still debating if I just go buy new lower control arms or not. I don't know yet. But for now, it really does actually need new tie rods, but do that later. So I'm gonna heat this up again and try to hammer it out, but that fucker is stuck in there right now. But see how I got everything off of this side? I just need to get this bump stop off. But if you look in there, I don't know how that bolt's gonna go. I might have to just take the grinder and cut it off and then hammer the nut out, the bolt or something, and just thread a nut or something on the other one. But I'm gonna try to get that other side out because it needs to come out. And then after that, I think tomorrow, or I might run up to the parts store, see how much new lower control arms are, debate, because I need to get new sway bar end links. So I'm gonna go hammer that out, and well, hopefully I can hammer it out. All right, so it's a little dark, but I did have getting the control arm out. It was a pain to get that out. I think probably 5 or 6 hours of trying to get that bolt out. So I just need to cut this sway bar end link. I had to cut the top, but I'll cut the bottom so it can fall right out. I can't get the top part off. Cut that out. I got 2 new ones, just picked those up. Really should replace the lower control arms, lower A-arms, and the tie rod, but you know what, we'll do that later on. Cause it's like $200 a pop, price sway bar. Tie rod's probably 50 bucks, but throw a little bit of black paint. First thing I'm gonna do is go throw this bump stop in, torque the lower control arm to the position it needs to be in, and we'll get the upper control arms in. And I'll be honest, I'm not gonna be able to readjust them. I can readjust them to what I think once I put the wheel on and all that, and try to align it the best that I can. And then I'll probably go get alignment. I wanted to do it today, but there's no way in hell I'm gonna get this all finished today. All right, so I got the upper control arm in, torqued. It's probably nowhere near where it needs to be for the alignment. Got the spring in, and the jack, I pressed it, with the lower control arm, so I can put the knuckle in. These get torqued to 129, and I don't torque this until I had the knuckle in, and I have it just barely lifted off the jacks. And obviously it's not enough because I don't got the knuckle in. These get this one gets torqued to, let me see. That's all of them you should need to know. Yes, I got the whole other side down because I was trying to figure out, make sure I was doing everything right. These are torques. I'll go get alignment tomorrow, hopefully, but it's gone. That ball joint's gone. But one thing to make sure you do is
this like isolator or rubber boot thing that's on top of that spring. Make sure you put it on this one. And I'll get the knuckle on. That torque down, I'll get the hub on. But I'm gonna make sure, I'm gonna take a little Scotch-Brite pad and just clean up around here so I can, goes on a little bit neater. All right, I got everything that's on is torque now. You're not supposed to put a Loctite on the stud, but you have to put the stud on because back here you can't, a bolt won't be able to go through. You're not supposed to put Loctite, but I did put a little bit of Loctite on there. Everything is torqued. Next, I'm gonna put the hub on, torque the hub. I did clean this up a little bit. You see, let me test fitting it. I did clean up around here, a little brake clean, cleaned it all off. Get that on torque. I did have to cut the dust shield just a little bit for my brake caliper to fit. It was hitting right here. So I cut a little bit off of there, no problem. So I'm gonna get dust shield and hub thrown on there. Everything is bolted up except for the sway bar end link and the tie rod end. But like all these clips are broken and stuff, so I'm gonna have to zip tie this up here. That clip is missing. And I'm not gonna put the fender liners in until I get the truck back from alignment, because I'm gonna get back in here, clean everything, paint it all, make it look somewhat decent. So that's the plan for that. In the end, I have not put this bolt in because I don't have a bolt, so I'm gonna zip tie that in there, or however it looks good. Everything is torqued. Again, that's a torque sheet. I made that, I just looked it all up online and printed one out. So I'm gonna go throw this end link in. The shock is in, torque down, and jam nutted. And we'll get this tie rod end on, and I need to get 2 cotter pins for this side and the other side because obviously they broke taking them out. I got everything torqued down. The only thing I'm gonna do now is jack up the suspension just until it comes off the jack stand and put a level and try to adjust it just a little bit so it's not super, because it kind of looks like it's cambered out right now. So give it a little bit more camber in, which would rotate the bolts upwards so it pulls it in. And then throw the wheels on and we'll be sitting on the ground, and depending on tomorrow how long I work, I could probably get an alignment. All right, I got the truck all down, and right now I'm gonna have to run and go get small tires for my 18-inch rims because that's quite literally sitting on the fender right now, so there is no driving with them wheels. So I'm gonna, got the 2 back there, I'm gonna get 2 smaller ones. If they have 4 small ones, maybe I'll switch those out too. I have to end up selling these because I'm not gonna go higher in the front because it really does look really, really, really good like this. So I'm gonna end up selling these 22s, try to get some of my money back because I spent $1,300 on these wheels and tires. Well, on just the tires. My dad had the wheels, and they probably have less than 200 miles on them right now. So me and my friend are gonna run up to this tire shop, try to get some tires, and hopefully we can go from there. So today is Thursday. I got the tires. I've been really busy. It was dark by the time I got back, so I didn't record nothing. But the truck is lowered, completely finished, sitting on the ground on 245, 60, 18 inch wheels, tires, because I can't run my 22s no more right there. They're too big. I could probably run them now, but I'd be touching the fender. It's not worth it. But let me flip the camera around, show you what it's looking like, and I think it looks really, really good. That's what we're looking like right now. I took some before pictures, so after this clip, I'll do like show how high I was sitting in the front before and how high I was sitting in the back before and then after. She's pretty low to the ground, a couple inches. But in the front, I did have to put my stock spindles back in to raise it up like 2 inches. But the truck is sitting completely level at 29.5 inches roughly in the front and 29.5 inches in the back. Maybe a very, very slight rake, but nothing crazy. But I do have my stock spindles in the front, which is like 1.5 inches or 2 inches higher. Not too bad though. It's low, but not super low. I don't have this fender interliner in yet because I'm gonna go get an alignment, but a little bit of room in there. Not a lot. In the rear, I could run the old tires I had on these, but there's plenty of room for the tire to travel in there.
try to clean a lot of this rubber off of here. Need to clean, wash the truck. I am gonna go get an alignment tomorrow for the whole thing. Gonna be looking pretty good. All right, sitting on the ground. Before it was sitting at just about 38 inches, maybe a little bit lower. And we're at about 29 and a half in the rear. Let me go to the front. And we're sitting on the ground. And we're at about 29 and 3/8 or so. Before it was sitting at, I think, 36 and a quarter, 36 and 3/8, around there. All right, so this is about how level the truck is sitting. See, the ground is not super level, so that's why I have the levels off, but I got a level on the ground also, so you can see how unlevel it is. So it's probably very, very close to being extremely level. And up under here, I just want to go through, clean up these wires. I'm gonna cut the old spare wheel off and paint all this up under here. So we are sitting way lower than a 5.7 drop. I think a little over 8 inches in the rear and whatever, 6 or something in the front. So it is pretty low. Before I put the stock spindles in, I did scrape leaving the driveway. So wasn't really expecting that. And hopefully next video or next week, I ordered everything to dye the carpet. So I'll get the carpet cleaned, dyed, have a black carpet in the truck instead of the like work truck mat type of deal. And then I really, really, really want to change the headliner. Black headliner, I think that'll look really good. But I'm gonna have to sell these wheels, get my money back for the tires. They're not gonna fit. So I think I'm gonna get like some Texas Editions 20s or something, somewhere around there. I think that'll look pretty good on the truck. If not, I'll run these tires for a while until I sell the truck. I don't plan on keeping this truck very long. Really want a single cab short bed. That's really, really what I want. But I'll deal with this truck for a while. I like it. Hopefully next week or so, I'll get the dents pulled out and I can get a new roll pan put in there. Fix this corner right here. It's all pushed in. And yeah, hopefully from there, a lot more videos on the truck, a lot of things going on. Hopefully I can get a new driver's seat also. But thanks for watching this video. Thanks for watching this little mini series of lowering the truck. First I've ever done any of this much suspension work. But thank you for watching the video. Hope to see you in the next one.